What I'm about to say won't be easy to swallow, but it's real. You keep making the same mistakes over and over. You promise yourself you'll follow your plan, and then you don't. You tell yourself you'll cut losers fast, and then you hold, praying it'll turn around. You swear you won't overtrade, and yet, there you are, clicking again, even when you know it's wrong. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not just bad at discipline, your brain is literally wired to sabotage you. And the most shocking part? On a chemical level, your brain actually loves losing money. Neuroscientists have found that for some people, the emotional roller coaster of trading fear, hope, regret, even pain triggers dopamine spikes similar to gambling addicts. Your brain starts associating that chaos with excitement, and over time it craves the feeling of trading more than it craves winning. That's why you do stupid things even when you know better. It's not your strategy, it's your biology. But here's the good news. Once you understand why your brain self-sabotages, you can rewire it. And in this video, I'll show you that. The shocking neuroscience behind why traders love pain more than profits. The 3 psychological traps that keep you stuck in a losing cycle. The exact rewiring ritual top traders use to stop self-sabotage for good. If you've ever blown an account and thought, what's wrong with me? Why can't I stop doing this? This video will finally give you the answer. I'll never forget the day I realized I was addicted to losing money. I had just taken a solid trade, a clean breakout that hit my target exactly as planned. It felt great for about 5 minutes. Then, instead of closing my platform and walking away, I started looking for another setup. Not because there was a great trade, but because I wanted that rush again. Within an hour, I jumped into a terrible trade, doubled my size, and got stopped out. I was furious. So what did I do? I entered again, trying to make it back. By the end of the day, not only had I given back my entire profit, but I was down another 6%. Sound familiar? Here's the shocking truth I learned later. I wasn't trading to make money, I was trading to feel something. Neuroscientists at Cambridge found that for traders, the emotional ups and downs of winning and losing can trigger dopamine releases similar to gambling addicts. Your brain doesn't care if you're making money, it just wants that chemical hit. That's why you keep repeating the same mistakes. You think you're chasing profits, but you're actually chasing feelings. The good news? You can rewire this. Top traders have learned to starve the emotional brain and train themselves to crave patience instead of chaos. In this video, I'll show you why your brain secretly craves the emotional pain of bad trading decisions, the 3 self-sabotage loops almost every trader falls into, and how to break them. The rewiring ritual that finally stopped me from blowing accounts on emotional trades. Quick question. What's the most self-destructive trade you've ever taken? The one you knew was stupid before you even clicked? Drop it in the comments, because awareness is the first step to breaking this cycle. The dopamine trap, why your brain loves chaos more than profits. You think you're trading for money, but if you're honest, half the time you're trading for the rush. That feeling when the market moves fast, when your P&L is jumping up and down, that's not logic at work. That's your brain chasing dopamine, the same chemical that fuels gamblers in casinos. Neuroscientists at Cambridge University studied traders and found something shocking. The brain doesn't release dopamine just when you win. It releases it when there's uncertainty. That means the very chaos of the market, the unpredictable swings, is what your brain craves. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. Your brain gets its chemical reward either way. This is why you overtrade even when you know you shouldn't. Your logical brain wants consistency, but your emotional brain wants stimulation. The same part of your brain that makes gamblers keep pulling slot machine levers is the part making you click buy again after you've already hit your target for the day. And here's the scary part. The more you feed this habit, the stronger it gets. Each time you take a random trade just for the thrill, you're reinforcing the idea that trading equals excitement. Over time, you stop trading for profits and start trading for feelings. That's why you can have a great winning morning, then give it all back by the afternoon. You're not trading your strategy anymore, you're trading your addiction. Rewire step 1. Replace thrill with process. Top traders know this trap, which is why they actively retrain their brains to get dopamine from discipline, not chaos. One method that works incredibly well is the rule score system. Here's how it works. 1. Give yourself 1 point every time you take a trade that perfectly follows your plan. 2. Give yourself 0 points for breaking any rules, regardless of whether the trade wins or loses. 3. Review your score weekly. Your goal isn't to win more trades. It's to score higher on discipline. One trader I coached started using this system and said something powerful. I stopped caring about whether each trade won or lost. I just wanted to score a perfect week. And ironically, my P&L improved because I wasn't chasing random trades anymore. Here's the mindset shift. The market doesn't reward excitement, it rewards patience. If trading feels thrilling, you're probably doing it wrong. The pros know that boring trading is profitable trading because boredom means you're following your plan, not your addiction. The Pain-Avoidance Loop, why you hold losers too long. Here's one of the most common and most destructive traps in trading. Holding on to losing trades long past their expiration date. You know the trade has broken structure, you know your plan says to exit, but something in you says, just wait a little longer, it might bounce. That something is your brain trying to protect you from pain. Psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky found that losing $100 feels almost twice as painful as winning $100 feels good. This is known as loss aversion, and it's a universal human trait. Your brain will do anything to avoid the emotional discomfort of locking in a loss, even if that decision increases long-term damage. The longer you hold the loser, the deeper the pain gets. But your brain keeps whispering, it'll turn around soon. Just wait. You're not being hopeful. You're being hijacked by a biological fear of pain. Worse, this pain avoidance loop becomes habitual. Every time you delay cutting a loser and it bounces back, even once, you reinforce the behavior. Your brain thinks, see, holding worked. And the next time you're in red, it pushes even harder to wait it out until one day the bounce never comes and your account takes a massive hit. Rewire step 2. Reframe losses as wins for discipline. To break this loop, you need to associate cutting a loss with pride, not shame. One trick. Say out loud every time you close a losing trade, I just bought discipline. This verbal cue rewires your mental association. You're no longer a failure. You're a professional executing your edge. One trader I coached adopted this phrase, and he said, at first, I felt ridiculous. But after a while, I genuinely started feeling proud when I exited a loser. It meant I was finally acting like a real trader. Here's the mindset shift. Your edge isn't in avoiding losses, it's in managing them like a pro. The faster you accept a loss, the faster you regain control. And the more you do that, the less painful it becomes. The Identity Sabotage, why you keep blowing accounts. Let's go deeper. Why do some traders blow up accounts again and again, even after learning proper risk management? Why do they repeat the same destructive behaviors right after promising they'll change? It's not because they don't know what to do. It's because deep down, they don't believe they're the kind of person who can do it. This is what psychologists call identity sabotage. When your actions are driven by your subconscious self-image. If your internal narrative is, I always mess things up, or I can't be consistent, or I'm just not a disciplined person, your brain will subconsciously act in ways that make those beliefs come true, even if you know better. Even if you have a perfect trading plan. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself breaking your rules just after a huge win? That's identity sabotage. Some part of you believes you don't deserve to succeed, so you unconsciously bring yourself back to the comfort zone of chaos and struggle. Rewire step 3, identity upgrade ritual. Here's how to break it. You need to create a new identity and program it until it becomes your default. Every morning before you start your session, write this down. I am a disciplined, consistent trader. I only take trades that deserve my money. Then say it out loud. Yes, it feels awkward, but repetition is how beliefs form. One trader I worked with did this daily for 30 days. He said, at first, I didn't believe it. But after a few weeks, I noticed something strange. I started catching myself mid-trade saying, this doesn't deserve my money, and I'd skip it. Here's the mindset shift. Your trading will never rise above your self-image. If you want to change your results, change your identity. Upgrade the story you tell yourself, and your actions will follow. The moment you choose who you really are. Let's get brutally honest. If you're stuck in self-sabotage, if you keep breaking rules, chasing trades, and holding losers, you're not just fighting the market. You're fighting yourself. All the strategies, indicators, and trading mentors in the world won't save you if the trader behind the screen is addicted to chaos, afraid of pain, and trapped in an identity that expects failure. You want to know the real difference between the amateurs and the top 1%? It's not IQ. It's not secret setups. It's this. The pros rewired their brains to crave discipline instead of dopamine. They don't get high off trading. They stay calm. They don't avoid losses. They cut them fast. They don't see discipline as punishment. They see it as power. And yes, that shift is hard. The emotional part of you, the part that loves the thrill, the part that whispers, maybe it'll bounce, the part that says, just one more trade. That part is loud, but it's not you. It's your programming, and you can change it. You are not your past account blowups. You are not your worst trade. You are not the version of you that sabotaged last week's win. You are the trader who showed up today to change. Right now, you have a choice. Keep feeding the habits that are slowly draining your account, or start rewiring your brain to act like the trader you know you could be. Because at the end of the day, trading isn't just about charts. It's about character. And the best trade you'll ever take is choosing to become the version of you that doesn't need chaos to feel in control. This is your moment. Decide who you're going to be the next time you log in. Let's recap this hard truth. Your brain doesn't care about your goals, it cares about comfort. And if your comfort zone is chaos, revenge trades, and impulse clicks, then self-sabotage isn't an accident. It's your default setting. But it doesn't have to stay that way. You can rewire it. You already started by watching this. You now understand why dopamine traps pull you into overtrading. You've seen how loss aversion tricks you into holding losers too long. You've learned how your identity can secretly sabotage your success. And most importantly, you've got 3 rituals to rewire it all. 1. The rule score system to replace thrill with process. 2. The discipline phrase to turn losses into pride. 3. The identity upgrade to become who you really want to be. Here's your challenge for the next 7 days. Use one of these rituals every time you trade. Just one. And track what happens. Not just in your P&L, but in how you feel after you trade. If this video hit you hard, drop a comment. What's one habit you know you need to rewire starting today? Hit like if this gave you clarity. Hit subscribe if you're ready to rewire deeper. And share this with the one trader you know is stuck in a loop they can't see. And don't miss the next video, the FOMO cure, the journaling system that stopped me from chasing every move. That one will stop you from even wanting to click randomly. Because remember, discipline isn't just what you do, it's who you become.